Okay, good evening. Hi, good evening. Christos Okrese.
Воистину воскресе.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome all viewers who are viewing us here. Welcome to official Instagram handler of Orthodoxy Cognate page, Pan-Orthodox Society. Here we are starting our new session through Instagram, which is a talk session. For that, here, for the first session of the same, we are having an eminent iconographer from all the way from Ukraine, Yulia Klishina. And thank you. First of all, let me thank you for accepting our invitation and coming over to the same. And we are so grateful for accepting the same. And I am also thankful for Orthodoxy Cognate Society who allowed me to host this event.
Thank you for invitation, and it's nice to me and honor to be with you this evening.
Yeah, this is a great time, though the world is going through the pandemic. We once again, as part of all the regulations and restrictions from the government, we request all our friends who are watching this to be safe, to be, if possible, just take the vaccine as soon as possible and be safe and be away from the pandemic. So let's start the talk. Let's start the session. First of all, Yulia, can you please introduce yourself to the all viewers who are here with us?
Yes, of course. My name is Yulia. I'm from Ukraine, and I'm a painter and restorer. I studied icon painting on the seminary here in Ukraine, but restoration I studied in Moscow, in Russia. I was studied at the university almost 6 years and restored many icons and paintings. I studied how to restore icons on the boards and painting on the canvas. So I can do these both things. Also, I like to paint icons, writing, who some people say paint, some people say write. I think it's correctly to say write an icon. So as for me, I work in natural pigments when I write an icon, and use gold leaf, use only natural materials, and when I restoring icons and any else, I prefer to use also not natural glues and other materials. It's I think it's right.
Yeah, thank you. We are more grateful to know about all your works, all your restorations work which you are doing, and we were much more impressed about all the restorations work which we saw in Instagram. We are also happy to have a person here who is having a big followers count in Instagram and even having a big follower count there in Telegram group also. First of all, as per going to the talk, let's first discuss about icons. What made you to take this as a profession, or what's the uniqueness that you see in iconography and as a profession?
Why I'm choose this profession?
Yeah. What made you to choose this profession, or what's the exciting thing that made you to iconography to be a professional iconographer?
I don't know why another people chose this profession, but I can't without icons. I like them. I like all stuff I like lines, I like colors, I like such way that they do. I like history. I like ancient smell of icons. I like uh, almost everything. I think I came to church because of icon. I like icon very much. It's I think it's my whole life because I can't live any I can't live one day without icons. Can't don't see it. I look into icons every day on the internet, on the churches, on my work. So I like it. And nowadays, there are more professions that is more that gives more money or maybe more such pleasant or something else. But for me, it's like I am. I can't without it. Also, I think that it's a very difficult profession, like in material, like it's expensive to get education with it, to know. Today we have much specialists that they without any education they do some strange things. So I think with icon we can't to do any experiment. We must do like did our traditional
Traditional ones.
Yes. It's just my opinion.
As a follower, as a student, as a guide for iconographers, how will you introduce icons to people who are new to this? Or how can you differentiate this with the original paintings or live sketch, which we can see in other ways, which is more interesting and which is more popular than icons in some parts of the world?
More popular than icons? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, realistic painting is much more popular in some parts of the world. No?
Really?
So as a iconographer, how will you introduce icons to them?
Uh, uh,
As a general introduction to icon, that's it. Just give out a general introduction to icons.
Icons, it's a very large part of our church, of our tradition, of our
part of Orthodox tradition.
Yes, Orthodox and Catholic and all people, because icons is very ancient tradition. So we can say that it's nothing for us. Icons, it's not only religion thing. It's not only it's a very important part of the world.
Yeah, it's one of the major school of art which is throughout the world and which contributes a lot to the world, particularly to the spiritual art.
I think without icons we haven't any art because we know all painters that was begin from art they art from icons. There is painters of like Michelangelo. like Leonardo, like any. So without icons, without Bible, without their religion, we haven't such great things. So we can say that icons it's something something not real for today. It's our history, it's our soul, I think. But nowadays painters mm, uh, sorry. Nowadays, painters deny this. They don't understand that icon it's the beginning of all art. I think it's just my opinion. Maybe no. I, I
Yeah,
don't know.
we have heard the similar history or similar thoughts and opinions about the same opinions about icons from different part of the world. As you were talking about icons, as we all know, we have seen many schools of icons, like many types. Some we have seen from Ukrainian, like from Russian the school, and we have also seen some icons from Byzantine school, and we also have schools of Ethiopia and Coptic also who are doing a different style of icons. What's your opinion about it, or what's your overview on these schools and their differences in picturizing images?
Um, I want to say in general, icon painting originated from Byzantium. It's there are several periods in Byzantium icon painting. After the Christianity went to Russia, in Russia, icon painting also began to develop, and mainly schools were divided according to their place. For example, it's a Moscow school, it's a Yaroslav school, and other. So in every place we have some schools like Ukrainian or Serbian or Belarus. So it depends of character of this
Or sketching down the
people.
character, that's different. That's different,
Yes,
no?
yes,
Sketching down the
different.
characters. Yeah.
As for Russia icons, for example, it's more calm lines and colors, different, more. For example, with Greek or Byzantium school. So it's depend of character of escapes of the traditions of many things. So all these schools, it's a big, it's a not big, it's a huge topic
Yeah, it's a huge
about
topic.
yes, about all these thin lines, colors, some clothes. If we know in Byzantium more was they prefer to make an mosaics,
Yeah.
but in Russia developing more icons. Right.
Yeah, written icons than
Yes,
mosaics.
yes, and so on.
Yeah.
Uh, I,
As
I, mhm.
questions, we will take the questions at the last of this talk session, and we have few more questions to to proceed first. Then we will proceed down to the question hour, which we will take at last at the end of this session. So our questions of these, your questions are much valuable for us, and we will consider your questions at the last part of this talk session. So we were more impressed about seeing restorations works which you are doing, and we have seen many videos in your Instagram and even in your Telegram channel, that even in YouTube too, your channel too, about restorations. So can you, we are not much informed about icon restorations. So can you just help us to know more about that? Particularly, we like to know how these icons are renewed, or how they are given a new face to that, or what are the procedures which are there. Many of the icons we have seen that it's partially damaged, and also how you or iconographers recreate those parts and make it to the old holy sense.
Mm-hmm. As I said, I studied restoring in Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
And I studied how to restore on the board and on the canvas. One of the main stages in the presentation of the after paintings it is conservation of the icon. It's the main part of restoring. So when I working with conservation, it's first of all, it's a first step, and it's one of the main steps, because it's in this step we sorry, I have many messengers, sorry. About conservation. I'm sorry. It's the most responsible process is considered to disclosure to the icon from the later recording. The next step is it's to select compositions and solvents reliant on our knowledges and experience. So it's also some of seriously process, and some of the difficult process, and it's the restorer must know how to do some solvents, or some these solvents, how will they on the icon. Also, it depends what tools and materials I chose. So it's the restoring. It's a process that I think it is more difficult than icon painting, because icon painting it's art. But restoring, it is a very difficult profession. It's not it's not so easy. Like
so it should be trained well for being a restoration. To do icon restoration, it should be the person should have a good training behind it. Then only he or she can do the same.
Yes. Yes, like I said, I studied more than 6 years, and then a few years I training, and now I working.
Yeah, you are professional. You are professional in the same. As an add-on question to this, I like to hear from you. Maybe in restoration, when you were doing icon restoration, you may be having some memorable memories, like golden memories which you get from restoration, or a particular icon which hit you very much when you were working on it. Can you do you have any stories like that to share with us?
Yes, it was first year that I start to study in restoration. I restored icon of 17th century. It
Mm-hmm.
was from Church of Ivan the Terrible, from this church in Moscow, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a big, I think it was, don't remember exactly, but I think it was maybe 60 centimeters for, for 70,
Mm-hmm.
something. And I like to work with it because in my life it was one of most elderly icon. I never working with icons 16th or 15th century, so it's my some of the elder icon.
So that's a
So,
golden work. That's a
huh?
golden work. That's a golden work which you have done. Restoration
Yes,
in restoration.
yes, yes. I very like to work with it because uh, all the icon was writing on good technique. So it was easy to restore this icon because after 18th century um, uh, the authors, the icon painters was uh, experimentally did the icons uh, um, because they start to experiment with temper and oil mm, art, and with gesso. So from 18th century, uh, it's much difficult to restoring icons because we can't any methodics to restore such thing. So every icon we need to begin find some new methodics to restore it. Because techniques are not right.
Mm-hmm.
The painters is experimenting with some materials, tools, some colors, and we see on icons these centuries that online on composition many changes.
Mm-hmm.
So in technique, it's too many changes.
We have also seen similar cases here also, as in India, in many of the ancient churches here, we had murals, but in many places it's not conserved or preserved in the well way, and in some places it was painted with some other paints than using the actual pigments. And we have also seen similar issues here also. Even in iconography, even in icons, we have seen ill treatment of icons, like our oil painting and all using upon it. And nowadays we have iconographers who are professional to it, and they are started to do restoration and all, and we here in Malankara, we are also happy. Here in India, we are also happy that nowadays our youth or our all generation, they are much more interested in using icons and knowing that. So let me ask, which icon was that? You told about 17th century icon. Whose icon was that? Which saint was?
It was Archangel Mikhail, and
Okay,
another site it was Smolensk, Mother of God of
okay,
Smolensk.
okay.
Yes, it was very beautiful.
In church construction also, we are much happy to see the construction or the architecture which Byzantine churches are using, because they have iconostat and it's widely used in every churches, and they promote icons, and it makes believers to see this and to be more joined to it. And we are much happy to see the architecture and all, and the importance of iconography that is given to it. And at the same time, I also like to point out about a few icons which we missed in from ancient time, which we missed in some churches like the Hagia Sophia, which was vanished or wrapped by few people, and which is no more to be seen. And we are much sad about the things which is happening in those part of the world where icons are not well conserved, or it's rubbed away from the actual places. I have one more question from my side.
Mhm. Mhm.
As you are a professional iconographer, in this new era, what's the scope of the same, and what are your instructions to our young generation who are coming up to iconography?
Um, um, First of all, I think people who wants to study iconography must go into church because maybe today much painters uh, don't who don't know any thing about Bible, about Jesus, about Mother of God, about their life. So a painter must to know um, some mainly thing about people who he will paint. So he must to know about Jesus. I think all thing. He must to know. He must to read the Bible. He must to study, pray, and pray for help of God. God help in their work. So it's first of all, I think. Um, Also, to for studying iconography, he must to know something from how to draw, how to paint, how to use some materials. He must to start to study these things. Also, he must to look at the icons, at the ancient icons, and he
Mhm.
must to see, and he must to remember and to know what lines, how to do all these things. Ancient painters, he
Mhm.
must to look at them. My opinion that we must to look only on ancient icons, because
Mhm.
today many painters paint from himself.
Imaginary, from their own imaginary.
Yes, from themselves, like they said, I paint from myself. No,
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with that. I think that we must look and we must paint. We must to do copies. When the student to do many copies, then
Mm-hmm.
he can write himself, but
Mm-hmm.
in that case he will do this in automatically. So
Mm-hmm.
he don't do some big mistakes. Maybe little, yes, it
Mm-hmm.
will be okay. But he must know why uh, uh, why some or any colors in clothes of Jesus painting like that, or
Mm-hmm.
some lines, or some hands or legs.
Mm-hmm.
So he must know why it's painting like that.
That means
Not
that means a person need to know about the fundamentals
Yeah.
about the traditional iconography.
Yes, traditionally it's a first step.
Mm-hmm.
It's base. It's a very big base and good that we need to use it, because we have these books, and today we have internet, so
Mm-hmm.
we can see murals, churches, icons, ancient, and this use in our art,
Yeah.
Orthodox art.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good for a beginner.
Mm-hmm.
It will be very very good, and also start from lines. It's
Mm-hmm.
in icon. It's a very good thing. Start to line from lines, because lines some of the basically things, because it's not like art, like paintings like
Mm-hmm.
pigs. It's
Yeah.
more, if I can say so, it's more decorative, more decorative. So it's it must be very finely line
Mm-hmm.
on hands, on clothes. It's very
It's very important. And nowadays we are also happy that the opportunity for people to study iconography, it's increasing as the schools of schools teaching iconographies are increasing, the colleges, and it's even professional degrees are awarded on the same. And I like to know one more thing about the same. Is it more expensive than other masters or bachelors for studying this particular thing, particular iconography?
I don't know about Greek schools. I think anything.
What about Russian schools? Are they more expensive than other masters in science and arts? Is iconography more expensive?
I don't know about money,
Okay,
really,
okay.
because I already educated, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't interested in it in this. But I think I don't know why Greek school are more expensive.
I
Really
think
don't know.
scholarships are given. I think scholarships are given by different churches and all, and churches are much more interested to support this and to improve the people who are doing the same. Um, so as we come to the last part of this talking session, we like to take up some questions which are already asked, and we also like to have more questions. And sorry, I am not able to read this Russian questions because I am not. Uh,
Okay, okay.
so I think you can read these questions which you have asked in Russian language. One from as you scroll up, you can see Allah asking question.
Yes, this man writes some bad things. I don't understand his.
Okay, let it be anything. And we had a question from Cyrus Divolt. He was asking, why are Orthodox caricatures very loosely drawn? Is it traditional or is there something symbolic to it?
Sorry, can't find. Oh, sorry. Can't find this question.
It's there in top. Cyrus Devault. If asking
Top?
politely, what are the Orthodox caricatures why are Orthodox caricatures very loosely drawn? Is it traditional or is it there something symbolic to it?
I tried to find, but
Yes.
maybe I'm not a
You
good
can hear the
user.
question, na? You can hear the
Yes,
question,
yes,
na?
yes, yes.
Orthodox caricatures were are very loosely drawn. Is it traditional or is it something symbolizing it?
Symbolizing it. What? Sorry.
It's maybe you have seen the question.
Just 1 second.
Cyrus DeWalt.
I try to find. Just
Okay. So he
1
was
second.
asking all about.
Yes.
Okay.
Or yes, I skipped in politeness by the Orthodox loosely drawn. Loosely drawn. What he meant?
Even I think I don't think that icons are loosely drawn. They are the richest one in drawings and in art. Icons are richly drawn, and if the particular person is here in the
I
live,
don't understand what
okay,
he meant with this
okay. If you
question.
we request the particular person, if you have
So
some
he
additional information of the
concentrates.
same, we will take them or we will leave this question. And we are happy that we were having some readings from Mexico, and we are already
Yes.
and
Hi.
we also got many of your colleagues here, and uh, they were congratulating you or wishing you hello, Master Klishina, like your fellow
Yes,
friends were there.
it's Mateo.
And
It's Mateo. It's my friend Mateo.
many were with the impression that these were important informations, and they were happy with the same. And I am also seeing some questions in Russian. Can you just translate it, and if they are important we can answer them?
Sorry, 1 second. Russian. It's also this man who wrote some bad things. I don't know why he do this.
Okay. Just leave it, and if you find something important, we will just take that question and we will answer to it.
So, вопрос непонятен. Yes, this last message, my friend also tell me that question about loosely drawn, it's not understanding.
Okay.
So
I mean, as I have seen icons, I don't think they are loosely drawn. I think they are the richest ones. Even in all the artistic forms, it's the richest drawn, and it's done with more precision and all than the other ones which I have seen, uh, and I think it's. That's my opinion on the same. If the question was like that, and many more, it's not traditional.
it's not
Yeah.
traditional. I don't understand what do
Okay.
you want to
Okay.
say with this?
We have a question which you already mentioned in this. Why are icons said to be written and not painted?
Yes, we talk about this
Yeah,
earlier, but
we have already covered it, but for the question we have, can you just answer to it? And what's your opinion on the
yes,
same?
of course. Look, in Russian language, we say like icon to be written. But in English, it's correctly from translator to be painted. But I heard from my friends who write an icon, they said that correctly say to be written. Because we don't paint like some art or something else. We write in it. So we write in it.
I think it's more traditional. It's more traditional on to that usage.
Yeah, maybe yes.
We have also we have also heard that people who draw icons, they will not write their names upon the icons. Like we have seen the other school of arts now. We have seen the people who have drawn it writing their names upon it. So we have not seen the same in icons. So that's also a difference now. Not writing the author's name upon it. There is any online platform for learning iconography?
Actually, I don't know if it's but I think online maybe no, but some courses to with studying iconography, I think yes. But in Greek or any else country, don't know. In Russia, it's there have such courses, but in Ukraine, I think no, and
I
don't know for any country.
I think
Any.
basics of icons can be taught through online, but the real techniques can be taught through it. And I have seen many universities providing it, and I have seen many of Facebook groups where Union of Iconographers can be seen, and I think um, usually there are offline iconography
Yes, I
classes and
think
all.
so. It's
And
true.
we had another question from John. Exodus 24 says, "You shall not make for yourself an image." Why Orthodox churches have images then?
Why? Because we need to pray. Icon it imagination of our Lord. For those time when Jesus not come to us, we haven't imagined. But from those time that Jesus came to us, so we can imagine he and his mother and his friends and his students and his any else.
I have heard another addition to that same, and we don't believe that icons are just images. We don't believe that icons are just images. They are more than that. They signify the presence of God. Uh, I
Yes,
have heard
yes.
like that. Even icons of saints, they are kept for showing that their presence is there in the church, and we feel the presence and we see the. In Orthodoxy, we use all our senses for taking part in liturgy. So I think it's part of it, and I don't consider icons as just images. They are more than that.
Uh, yes, it's like a window to the Jesus. So
Yeah.
we look at this imagine and we pray to God, to that God. It's
Yeah.
like a window for talking with Him.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's a more meaningful answer for the question, I think. So if there is any more questions, Actually, in Orthodoxy, we do not make any statues, but only icons. It is to feel that Jesus or any other saints are close to us to pray. Yeah, we have mentioned the same, brother. We have mentioned the same here, and we have talked about the same. Thank you for the addition. Thank you for that point which you shared with us, and I think that will be helpful for the people. I mean, the person who asked this same question. And if we don't have any further questions, we can wind up this session. And we like to know whether you participant, I mean, audience have any questions, and we are happy to take any questions.
Thank you. It's a honor for me to be with you, and it's cool. We can talk another day, someday.
Okay, that person is repeating the same question, and as you have already mentioned, they are not loosely drawn. Okay, we have another question from Abel. Do you think these days Catholic churches try to promote iconography more than Orthodox churches?
Uh, um, I saw many questions. Yes.
Yeah, we have
Do
a
you?
question from Abel. Do you think these days Catholic churches are trying to promote iconography more than Orthodox churches?
Um, what do you mean to promote iconography? I don't understand.
Like
You
they were much more related to statues and all the physical painting, like the other school of painting. They were not much more. I mean, I have not seen Catholics using these type of icons, and nowadays we have seen
I
that they
can't,
are
I can't agree with you because
okay. Okay, maybe
Orthodox,
differences are there.
not with you, with the question,
Okay.
because Orthodox Church also have many schools. Also in Ukraine, we have seminaries in which we have iconography courses. Also in Russia, also in Belarus, also in all Europe, I think. So we have much courses and seminaries. Also in America we have. So Orthodox not.
I think that question came in because nowadays we are seeing much more unit churches with Catholics, and here in India also we can see many unites, and they are much interested to do these icons and all. They were not using those things, these rites. You may know about it. Now here also we have some Catholic unit rites, and they are more nowadays they are much more interested to go on back to icons and all, though they were not standing with the ancient thoughts of the church.
Mhm.
And we had another interesting question. Can a church develop its own iconographic style?
What?
Can a church develop its own iconographic style?
On iconography? Yes, yes, but it must be in border of all rules of iconographic thing. So it must be some rules, but in border of these rules, you can have own style. Not this, only this.
Yeah.
Your own style.
That was an interesting question. So as we come to the conclusion of this session, we are much happy to have a renowned iconographer with us, and many of them are sending you thanking notes, and we express the same with you, and we are more happy to have you, and we are more happy to have this talk session with you, and we also like to have more sessions like this, and we are looking forward for all the developments which will be there, and we wish you all the very best from our hearts for your missions, your works, and all what you are doing. And we'll keep in touch, and let me have some additional information. If you like to follow Yulia, you can do it through Instagram or Telegram or through YouTube also. She's also having a YouTube channel where she posts videos, and I think she's much more active in Instagram and Telegram, where you can strictly follow her. You can follow her, and you can know the developments from her side. And from our side, uh, uh, if you like to know about more about our works, like what Orthodoxy Cognate page is doing, we welcome you to visit our website, the orthodoxchurch.info, www.theorthodoxchurch.info, and our Facebook and LinkedIn pages. We are also available in YouTube. We will, after this session, if possible, we will upload the same in our YouTube channel also, so that it will be this will be much more helpful for people to, much more people to know about these things and to hear it. And we are much more happy, and I think, which is the real church when it comes to tradition. Sorry, we will may discuss this question in another session, because this particular question is not much more related to this particular topics which we discussed here. And it was very nice to have a session with you. And once again, thank you for all what you have, the information that you have passed to us. And I think this will be a guide for the people who love this and who plans to have a career in iconography. Thank you. Is there any?
Thank you
Is
so
there
much.
any?
It was nice to talk to you too.
Thank you. So we'll see you soon. Thank you. Once again we thank all the participants who found time to be with us, and we surely promise to you that we will bring more sessions like this through Instagram, through Facebook, and through our YouTube channel. So see you all soon.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.